Things Good channel and to another video. I hope you're all doing really well this week. Thank you so much for joining me. Well, for joining us. Here's Albert. All better, aren't you, Albert? Want to go down? Yes, he's all better. Thank you so much for your lovely messages for concern after last week's video. He had been through the mill slightly, but he is so much better and, well, really fully recovered. So that's all good news. And look, I'm outside and the sun is shining. It's absolutely glorious. So I'm going to get in this garden finally. It's all coming along. It's all growing very quickly and we've got some colour going on. So I'm super pleased that the sun is trying now eventually to push through. Anyway, there's lots to show you in this week's video. Some lovely deliveries have come. Been to the garden centre, got some bits and pieces there. And the Invisible Chef has done the most beautiful homemade lasagna. So I'm going to enjoy the sunshine, grab yourself a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, enjoy this week's video. Let's get into it. So a sunny Sunday saw us at one of our local garden centres. We've been to this one plenty of times before. We love it. It's called the Plant Pot and it has these lovely little craft huts as well. And Mom was in her element. Starting to get a bit of sunshine. My garden is really starting to grow and it's getting a little bit of colour as well, which is lovely. But we've just done a little trip to the garden centre and today I've actually bought some herbs. So I'm going to make a little area in this flower bed for some herbs, and we have got oregano, and this is marjoram, golden, that should be gold, and this one is lemon thyme. So we shall make a nice new area for it here. At the weekend I was also treated to another of the Invisible Chef's delights, a fantastic homemade proper Italian beef lasagna. It was gorgeous. I did a little bit of helping out here and there, you know, had a little rest in the corner and a gin and tonic, but no, I did. I helped out a little bit. Anyway, I shall link it all down in the description box down below for you. Trust me, it's delicious. So you may remember me last week telling you that recently Paul has introduced me to some further friends and extended family members, which has been lovely. Thoroughly enjoyed it. And one of which is a very special little girl in Paul's heart. It's actually his nephew's daughter. And this weekend she turns 2. And I have been invited, along with Paul, to her birthday party. I have met her once before and she's absolutely gorgeous. So I've made a couple of little purchases off Amazon for gifts for her to take. So I thought I'd show you. The first one is a book. And this is a book that my daughter absolutely loved when she was a little girl. And it's called Guess How Much I Love You. I'm going to link this and the other things that I've bought in the description box down below off Amazon, because they're really reasonably priced, as are lots of children's books, certainly at the moment. And this is about a little nut brown hare and a big nut brown hare who try to, they do discover that love is not an easy thing to measure. It's absolutely divine. I loved reading this to Grace. It's beautifully illustrated. It's written by Sam McBratney and illustrated by Anita Duran, and it's just beautiful. You see some of the pictures in here. If you haven't got little children but you're buying for grandchildren or little children in your life, this is an absolutely beautiful book. I've purchased the official large nut brown hare also off Amazon. Isn't he gorgeous? He's so soft and cute. And it seems to be perfectly safe for 2-year-olds as well. There's no buttons or things that can come off. So I was really, really pleased with that. And I thought that together with the actual book is going to be quite special. I absolutely love it. I also bought a packet of gift wrap paper because Paul has purchased some things for her as well. So we're just going to wrap them all together as one big gift from us both, actually. So I bought some Happy Birthday to paper, wrapping paper. This has actually come with 4 sheets, which we will need because he's bought her clothing, so there's quite a lot to wrap. And this particular one also comes with, if I can find it, some little gift tags as well. So we've got Happy Birthday, we've got the number 2. So I think that will look really, really special. And this gift wrap is from a company called Central 23, and they do all sorts of different sorts of gift wrap, and they do all the ages as well. And you can buy them as a set. So this is gift wrap and tags. And you can buy them in 4 wrap sheets or 6 wrap sheets, and they come with the same amount of tags as well. All off Amazon, all linked down below for you. I'm absolutely chuffed with that purchase, and I'm sure she's going to love it. And then I also picked up a little birthday card in Sainsbury's this week. I didn't buy one with a number on, because actually the ones with numbers on, well, the ones I could see, they weren't girly enough actually. But I really like this little mermaid pop-up card. How sweet is that? So that's going to be her card. That was £2.50 from Sainsbury's Home. I picked that up on Saturday in Mere Green. So I thought that was really cute. But this, I'm actually a bit sad he's leaving my house because I love him. I absolutely love him. Anyway, those are my purchases off Amazon this week. And Paul's made a couple of purchases this week for his garden. In the background you can see the barbecue, which is covered up, but he also bought this really good fire pit. It's from Very. I shall link the description down below for you, and it's reduced at the moment. It's about £50. We had a lovely sit outside on Wednesday evening with a couple of drinks, a good old chat. It was great. Well, one favour deserves another in return. And with our holiday coming up, I said to Paul that I would help him clean up his trainers that he wants to go on holiday. So these needed brightening up and lightening up and making nice and clean. And this is exactly how I did it. Why can't you forget the reason you left? You tend to hide your feelings. I first removed the laces, and then in a bowl with some washing detergent, and it can be any detergent, fill with really hot water, put the laces in, and all you have to do is leave them there for about an hour. Trust me, they'll come out really clean. Then you need to remove the dirt and any debris from your shoes using a slightly damp cloth. Once they're all cleaned up, you need to leave them to dry for about half an hour, and then I use this Rapid Action Max White. It's by Crease Protect. I will link the description down below for you. I got it off Amazon, and all you need to do is gently use the brush applicator all over the white areas of your shoes or trainers. It comes out with a little bit of like a powdered paint, but the actual brushing technique that you use cleans as well as painting clean as well. And don't worry if you've got other areas of colour on the shoes or motifs like this has. All you need to do is simply go over it, but very, very quickly just wipe any of the powder off the motifs and they will come through shining, clean and bright and beautiful, ready for that holiday. Back to So here we are having our moment on the bed for this week, and it's been so lovely to see the sunshine, hasn't it, this week here in little old Blighty. Lovely to see it, and a bit more warmth, and it's starting to feel like it's changing now. And I think those moments of sunshine give us so much positivity as well. And Grace is back from her holiday. She really has been in the sunshine this week. About 35, 36 degrees it was. She went to one of the Canary Islands, Fuerteventura. Had a whale of a time by the sounds of things, but I've even managed to catch up on all her washing and everything she's brought back, because the washing has been able to go outside on the line, and it just feels a little bit more productive this week, unlike last week where I was a bit overwhelmed. If you remember, my moment on the bed last week was a bit like, do you know what, I've had lots of problems crop up this week and things I can't deal with, things I wasn't planning on happening, and you had to put some things aside in order to deal with those. And then you think, actually, it doesn't really matter. You've just got to live in the moment and get on with things. But this week, I've been thinking about not just being grateful and being blessed, but I've been thinking about how you can reboot yourself, if you like, and reboot your life, regardless of what age you are. And actually, there was someone that I saw on YouTube earlier this week, and she was talking about how it's almost like every 10 years of her life, something's happened that has changed her completely, and she's almost got to reinvent herself, whether it's her career or her family life or her relationship status or what have you. And I thought to myself, do you know, we all go through this, don't we? We all have so much to tell about our lives, if you like. And the older we get, the more challenges we have to overcome, but the more things that we do that are fulfilling. And I am now 48 years old. I will be 49 in January of next year. So I'm 48 and nearly a half. But a bit like this lady who's considerably older than me, I think that my life has done that as well. Sort of every, I don't know, 7 or 8, maybe 10 years, it seems to take on a new, well, it's like a new chapter of a book almost. And it almost feels like, actually, life is a book, isn't it? So, and it's full of all these different chapters, and eventually the book will come to an end, the journey will come to an end, but it's not over until it's over. So there is no reason why any of us should ever stop dreaming or attempting to fulfill ambitions or lifestyle desires and wants and needs and all those kind of things. And even if you go through, as everybody does, big personal challenges, whether it's loss or grief or illness, those kind of things, and we do all have to go through it because we are all human and we're all given those challenges in life. It's interesting to know how other people overcome those things, not just overcome them, but go on to pursue dreams and different career choices. And even with relationships, you know, some people can be married for years and years and years, or with one partner for years and years and years, and they get into their 40s or their 50s and suddenly that relationship ends. And certainly people I know whose relationship have ended in their late 40s and some in their mid 50s have said, you know what, Polly, I don't think I could be bothered to start again. I don't think that I'm too old to start again and go through all that again. But actually you're not, because it's not over till it's over, and you're never too old to start again. But what it takes is action. You have to do it yourself. You have to take action to fulfill all of those things, really, whatever it is you desire, whether it's a career change or, I mean, obviously when I was younger, much younger, I went through my whole childhood and my teenage years, which then took me into what I eventually studied at college. All I ever wanted to be growing up was either an actress or a television presenter. And I've sort of dibble-dabbled in both of those areas, plus music over the years, as you probably already know. But I've never done it to such a professional degree that I've made a living career out of it, a working, paying career out of it. I have been paid for jobs I've done in the past, but I haven't made a lifestyle from it. I don't particularly regret that, because I've done other things in my life that have superseded those desires at that point. But I'm also aware that in this day and age, in this world as well, there are still options for not just women, but women in their 40s, 50s, 60s, even older, that can get acting jobs if they so require. I don't have any particular desire to do that anymore, so that's why I don't pursue that. But one of the desires I did have in this last sort of 3, 4, no, longer than that, sort of the last sort of, I don't know, 6 or 7 years, I've often thought to myself, well, I wouldn't necessarily go back into professional acting, or I wouldn't attempt to go back into professional acting or television presenting. But what I could do, and it's something for me, is create a YouTube channel. Lots of other people do it, why can't I? But actually the reason I didn't do it until a couple of years ago was because of other people in my life putting that down, or putting anything down that I desired to do. And once those negative personalities were removed from my life, I thought, you know what, I've been so stupid to allow that. Because anybody can do anything that they want to do if they take action. And that's what I did with this channel. I took action and thought, yes, I will start a YouTube channel. It doesn't matter if I've got 1 subscriber or 1 million subscribers. It's for me. It's for me to share my life and my story, and to relate to you, to relate to other people that feel the same, and therefore create a little community where we can chat about that. And I absolutely love it. I absolutely love this channel. I love doing it. I love creating the content. I love that Paul coming into my life this year has been quite happy to be involved, and he's loving that. Although we can't get him to speak on camera or show his face very often. But he loves being part of it because he loves cooking, and he loves to be able to share that. And that's great to me. It's absolutely wonderful. And I'd love to know how you have found new things in your life, and how you've perhaps reinvented your life. Not just necessarily reinvented yourself, and some people might have. Some people might have said, well, my greatest desire was to have short black hair, but I was born with short blonde hair. And my desire was to have short black hair and cover myself in tattoos and look like this, and now I do. It could be anything. And I'd really, really, really love to hear your stories on how you've reinvented yourself over the years, or your life over the years. Because it is a journey, isn't it? It's a massive journey for all of us, but it doesn't have to be constrained to doing certain things in certain decades of our life. You know, we don't have to just do things in our 20s because that's what 20-year-old people do. Why don't we do it in our 40s or our 50s? And again, having had a big lifestyle change for me this year, which came completely out of the blue and totally unexpected, but I'm starting to feel really settling in really nicely to my relationship with Paul. And that has come as a huge surprise because I never thought I'd ever see him again after 30 years. That was the biggest surprise of them all. But to have found a great connection and to be getting on so well, and you know, not racing ahead and making plans, but we're making plans of, you know, things we want to enjoy together and do together. And I never thought for 1 minute that that would come into my life at this stage, but it has. You know, I'm nearly 50 and I've started a new relationship, and it's just flowing so nicely because there's no expectations, there's no pressure. And I'm not thinking to myself, oh gosh, I'm nearly 50, or I'm nearly this, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. I'm just doing what I want, when I want, and there's no rule book, is there? And that's really got me thinking this week, really got me thinking, especially when I saw this lady's, if I can remember who she was, I'll link the description below, but this lady's video on rebooting your life, whatever age you are. You could do it when you're 80. Do you know what I mean? And it was like, wow, yeah, how right is that? It really got me thinking this week. So I'd love to hear your stories on how you've reinvented things in your life, and sometimes because we've had to. And it's like I said at the beginning, you know, we all have problems to overcome, and I've had to overcome lots of personal issues, as you know, one of the, you know, biggest catalysts for starting the channel. But I've had to overcome a lot of loss and grief and a lot of sadness and a lot of illness. And I think if you can take all those and throw them in a direction of positivity, it's such a rewarding and fulfilling place to be. And long may that continue. So that's made me really think this week, and it's made me feel really positive. Made me feel really positive that, you know, not having any age constraints to anything, which is really good. Anyway, I hope you've really enjoyed this week's video. And next week, I've got quite a lot to sort out actually, because I've just made a start on washing all the clothing I'm going to need for my up and coming holiday, because a lot of the things like bikinis and swimsuits and things that you would only wear on holiday, and particularly an abroad holiday, have been in my cupboard for 4 years because I haven't been abroad for that time. I bought a couple of new things as well, but I've managed to get all those things out of the cupboard and I've given them a good wash and clean. So what I'm actually going to do is use my spare bedroom next week. I'm going to get my suitcase out and I'm going to start to organise what I'm going to be taking on my holiday, which is really not far away at all. So there may be a week or 2 weeks where you either get a very, very short video. I'm hoping that I'm not going to miss out a video and I've got enough content to cover the next couple of Sundays, but I shall do my best. But if I do have to miss out, I will let you know in advance. But it's just because I will be abroad, and obviously I shall be vlogging that holiday for when I return. But there's a couple of weeks where I'm not sure how I'm going to tie it in because I actually travel on a Sunday. So it's making sure I've got content done and uploaded and edited and the video sorted. I probably need 2 of them in the bag before I go, and I don't know whether I've got time to do it, but fingers crossed, I'm going to do my best. But I do need to get sorting out with what I'm going to be taking on my holiday this week. So next week's video, I'm going to show you what I've done to organise myself and all the different things I should be taking on my trip abroad. And I do try to travel as light as possible. So I'm pretty organised. I'm going to show you how I organise my suitcase for going on holiday. That's in next week's video, and the Invisible Chef's in next week's video again as well. So I'm really looking forward to that. That bit's already been sorted, so we're okay for that. But anyway, do share with me, well, whatever you want to share with me. I'd love to hear anything that you want to talk about on this channel. And it's not just for women, it's for men as well, but predominantly we are women on this channel and women that watch this channel. But yeah, I would love to hear anything that you want to chat about, and also if you've got any ideas for content going forward, anything you particularly want to see, do let me know, because I will take it all on board and try to do that for you. But there are lots of new different things coming up very, very soon, so I've just got lots going on. But anyway, can't wait to show you next week's video. So until then, have a great week. Do stay safe and stay in the boat and keep doing all things good. And I will be back next Sunday, same time, same place. So until then, have a wonderful week, and I shall see you next Sunday. Take care. Bye.